Hey guys, I'm Evan Arkin.
And I'm Greg Peloquin, but you can call me G Pelly.
Can I?
Only only you and everyone listening.
Not too many.
So I guess it's not much of an exclusive club since everyone who's
Can I be president?
anybody's listening. Get in line.
Okay.
Well,
we're
there's an
here.
application process. Anyway,
On a different note, we're here to witness a match between Mark Shanafelt playing his green-white aggro deck, which we have commentated on in the past, I believe.
this is a different iteration. That was past standard.
Past standard.
So we had Hero of Bladehold and other things.
Time for the Hordes.
Yeah, this one's a little different. We have. In this version, we have this Wild Beastmaster at least.
Oh wow! And Michael Coleman's on Public Enemy #1, aka Black Red Zombies,
aka the Joe Bernal deck.
Mm-hmm.
With 12 1-drops.
12 1-drops, a bunch of burn, bumping the knights.
I wonder what kind of deck
which has a flashback cost of 6.
So curiously, what kind of deck would you have if your deck was all 1-drops and just burn spells? How many matches you'd win with that deck?
Well,
just curious. Just all the black red 1-drops. You have like 20 of them. Just burn various burn spells up in the night.
I honestly don't know. I would never, way out of my personal play style. But now that Ratchet Bomb's no longer in the format, I suppose it's a legitimate.
See what happens.
strategy.
I mean, these aggro decks seem to be succeeding, at least at this level.
Right.
The recent Star City had a fair amount of mid-range decks actually. So maybe the mid-range decks are rising up to deal with these 1-drop decks.
Well, the thing about the mid-range strategies that are really successful is just the power creep, the power level on these mid-range creatures that they're printing, from sort of the sweet spot between 3 and 4 converted mana cost, has just gone up exponentially. 3 to 5 maybe converted mana cost. Right. Has concluded. These creatures are really the premier level creatures in the game.
So about this matchup, we're looking at two. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you there, but with so it looks like Shanafelt's going to be playing here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing green white aggro versus black red zombie. So two fairly aggressive decks.
Who do you think is more aggressive?
I don't.
Shanafelt doesn't have reach per se.
Right, but I don't think Michael's deck is very good at playing defensive. So there's maybe it's maybe fairly non-interactive.
At least 3 of Michael's creatures just aren't good at blocking. Gravecaller cannot. Diregraph Ghoul comes into play tapped. So does Rolf's Messenger.
Yeah.
These aren't good.
And Cackler if you unleash it.
You're right. Cackler if you unleash it. And it should always be unleashed.
He's not. You're not a defensive deck if you're Michael. So
not at all.
He needs to put the pedal to the metal here and just keep bringing it to Mark. Hopefully his removal can set Mark off balance long enough.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what turns out, though.
Yeah, I think that Michael's best draw would probably be slightly favorable because he'd probably have the right mix of removal spells to really slow Mark down.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens. So, again, Mark Shanafelt is going to be on the play.
And no Birds of Paradise this time for Mark Shanafelt because that's not in the format anymore.
But Pilgrim is.
Pilgrim is still in the format.
And you very well could have Pilgrim and or Arbor Elf. I didn't look at his entire deck list. He showed it to me before this FNM. I just remember there was definitely Wild Beastmasters in there.
Yeah, Rancors, I'm sure.
I would not be surprised. All right, so there we go. Yeah, looks at the way his camera's tilted. You can definitely see what Mark's playing. Wild Beastmaster, Elvish Visionary, Giant Growth. There's a Hamlet Captain.
What do you think about Elvish Visionary in that type of a deck, Greg?
I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like
it seems like more of a mid-range.
Well, it's not. It's not a human. It's not aggressive. It's not putting pressure on them.
I'm not. I think I'd probably look for more aggressive options at the T spot.
I even rather have Arbor Elf here, probably.
Call of the Conclave is one that comes to mind.
Possibly. Oh, Crippling Blight for the 3-1 play. That's good.
Crippling Blight was a huge innovation for the zombie decks.
Well, it was designed to beat Thragtusk, but it also allows you to swing past Thragtusk, but also doubles down and allows you to just pick off 1-drops like that. Okay, so 2, we got Diregraph Ghoul and...
Diregraph Ghoul.
Diregraph Ghoul, okay. So the Cavern obviously is on zombies.
Clearly.
And probably humans there.
Probably humans attacking for 2.
What are we doing here? Wild Beastmaster. That's a good one because you'll see interaction with Wild Beastmaster and Hamlet Captain.
Is Wild Beastmaster human?
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's human.
Michael reads it.
Hold on, let me check my handy dandy judge app while we're.
So Mark, as long as Mark orders his triggers correctly during combat, he'll get an extra pump effect from the Wild Beastmaster.
I think so, yeah.
When both creatures attack, the triggers will go on the stack. All he needs to do is put the Hamlet Captain trigger on top of the Wild Beastmaster trigger, aka put the Beastmaster trigger on the stack first. Then the Hamlet Captain trigger will resolve, pump the Beastmaster, and then the Beastmaster trigger will resolve, checking its power, and it'll have more power than before.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
There's a Blood Artist.
So make unblock.
And a tragic
slip.
slip.
So
Well, that's a good one.
Drain for 1 there.
Mm-hmm. Drain and gain. That's the name of the game.
Don't do that again.
All right, just once.
That's 1 time too many.
Fine.
Coming up to geograph goals. This is exactly what Michael needs to be doing here. Put Mark on the back foot.
I see an Oblivion Ring.
No, it's
Shanafelt saying.
It's okay.
Silverblade Paladin is the draw. Playing an Elvish Visionary. Not certain that's what you want there. I might have just
And to confirm, Wild Beast Commander is a human shaman.
okay.
So it does work.
I don't know. I might have just played the Silverblade Paladin and beat him for 4 and then tried to first strike down one of his attackers.
It makes a good wall too. I'm not sure what the Visionary is there for. It doesn't do anything.
No,
he's gonna get drained for 1 anyway.
Yeah, it's not.
Is this supposed to be Messenger here?
It doesn't seem like the.
Oh no, was it Dreadmangler? Oh, we're Jund zombies. We're not just
black red zombies. We are Jund zombies. Though I'm not sure if he's got actual green sources.
So 4 and drain for 1 there. And, he's got giant growth. Turn the tables on him there.
A little bit. I mean, he's still taking 5.
Yeah.
4 from the Dagger Fools, 1 from the Blood.
You deal with the Dreadmangler if he's important.
That is important.
But Shanafelt's way behind in the race, so he's gonna need something big here to get back into it.
I feel like a Blood Artist trigger was just missed there.
Did they miss it?
No.
Chris did miss it.
Yeah, so our video editor didn't miss it. I'm not sure if the players caught it. I didn't see any motioning towards the Blood Artist there.
Yeah.
And they're not using die, unfortunately.
Or if they are, we can't see it.
No, I don't think these players use die during their matches. So, Shanafelt is playing another Elvish Visionary.
I'm not
really liking that card choice in his deck.
And Mare Vavilbrook. These don't interact at all with Visionary.
So he's attacking for 3.
That's fine, I guess.
4, sorry, because the Hamlet captain's getting pumped off the bear.
You're correct. Okay. Like, the Visionaries just seem out of place here. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether human you played in that slot.
I mean, it depends on what your mana base is, but for example, the new 2/2 for a white and a white that has first strike.
Oh, Champion the Parish. It's easy enough.
Champion the Parish, yeah. But that's a 1-drop.
So, green, white, oh, here we go. Okay. Coleman has a Aristocrat. That's really good here. So, block. And he's going to go to 10. So, 4,
Take
6.
a total of 7 off the Blood Artist trigger, right?
It's 4, 5, 6 plus Blood Artist triggers 3, and that should be game. Sack all 3 creatures. Drain them out.
Yep.
What are we doing? Okay, we're draining, right?
Hopefully.
Sack, zombie, sack, wait. Okay, yeah. Looks like that. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like that's the line that Michael chose to take and mark.
Yeah. Not a fan of those Visionaries there. Not doing it.
No. There's although there's some interesting. So going into sideboard, Mark has some interesting sideboard technology. There's a Elite Inquisitor out of the board. I'm not sure if he has it, but it does have protection from zombies. First strike protection from zombies, werewolves, and vampires.
If you want to go deep, you can play Slayer of the Wicked.
That's pretty deep.
I don't think they will. It costs too much.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive. Better in the pod version.
You could do Diregraph Escort.
That's true. I've seen that. I've seen that in the green white builds. Protection.
Soulbound
creature gives both creatures protection from zombies.
Yeah, again, search your Avacyn Restored draft leavings. You'll find a few in there.
That's true.
I have played it in Standard in a couple decks.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
So it was in the sideboard of... I don't remember now. It was the deck last season. The deck was bad. It didn't work out.
See, if I'm Mark, I would want to have Knight of Glory in my sideboard.
Knight of Glory is good too. Yeah.
It's a 2 for 2/1. It has Exalted and protection from black. It's a human knight.
This is one of those matchups. I'm not a fan of Bonfire of the Damned in the zombie decks, but this is the kind of matchup where it would be nice.
Yeah.
However, if you're Jund zombies, I'm not so sure your mana is going to cooperate for that.
I didn't actually see green sources, but we're assuming that he has. Cavern was the one that casted.
I assume he has Overgrown Tomb.
Hopefully.
That would seem to make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've seen Rankers out of the Jund zombie decks in the past. Or the Black Green zombie decks.
It sounds ambitious.
Yeah, the Black Green ones run.
The Jund versions, because you're only going to have tombs to cast it, right?
Correct.
So that seems a little overly greedy there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you're Michael, you just want to keep doing what you're doing. Just keep the pressure on and don't because again, you absolutely cannot be in a defensive position. If you're Mark, yeah, like you mentioned earlier, having some way to just brick wall his offense and force him on defensive seems like the way you want to go. I don't think unless you have a really powerful draw. If you're Mark, I don't think you're
not racing that. Really.
I don't think you're optimized. I think you're going to slot yourself in the control role.
Yeah.
Just because he hits a little harder.
So more Oblivion rings, more removal effects.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to be a little bit. Well, it's good to pick off messengers, I guess.
You know what a good, an interesting sideboard option would be for Mark? Centaur Healer.
Yeah.
Because Thragtusk is a bit expensive, 5-drop for that kind of a deck, but Centaur Healers do a lot of work against Market Zombie decks.
I think I suggested it to him when he showed me an earlier iteration.
Did you?
Because at one point he had Luxodon Smiters in there, yeah. I said, why don't you make the Centaur Healers? And we didn't see eye to eye on that particular decision. But in matches like this, I'd much rather have the healer than the Smiter.
Indeed. Smiter, although a very powerful card itself, it saw a bit of play at the recent Pro Tour in Seattle, the Modern Pro Tour. I was up there supporting a couple of my friends. A few of my friends were playing in the event, and I saw some Luxodon Smiters being tapped and turned sideways, beaten in.
And what decks were playing that Smiter?
Naya aggro specifically, and there were a couple other decks, because the most public enemy number 1 in Modern right now is Jund, and it's one of its most powerful cards is Liliana of the Veil. And when they try to get you to discard, and you discard a Luxodon Smiter and put it right into play, it's a big game. Also, Blightning, discard it to Blightning, put it into play.
Or, I guess you have Obstinate Bale left.
Yeah, it's competing with Obstinate Bale sort of for that role.
Right.
But it's a bit of a more consistent main deck aggressive card because you can play it on turn 2 off of a mana dork and just start beating in. 4/4 on turn 2.
So if you're Michael here, what are we boarding out?
I'm not sure.
Looks like Crippling Blights are coming out. At least taking out Crippling Blights.
Interesting choice.
What we're bringing in here? Somebody sweep of war, like some kind of bonfire or something? Flames of the Firebrand would be good in this matchup too, if you had it.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure where he's running Dragon Manglers. Is that Dragon Mangler in his sideboard?
I saw it, yeah.
That seems odd.
What is that? Oh, Appetite for Brains? Yeah.
What are we trying to hit with Appetite?
It's not the
Despise. Are you afraid of Thragtusk?
I'm not sure what Appetite for Brains says. Appetite for Brains says target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may choose a card with remaining cost 4 or greater from it. That player discards the card.
You exile it.
You exile it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You exile it. I guess you could do that as a hedge to Thragtusk. That's what you're worried about.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Michael.
I feel like Despise would just be more serviceable in that case.
Despise is not rotated.
Oh, it rotated from effects. Yeah, correct.
I think maybe it could be as a hedge to Thragtusk.
No. And other options like Duress really aren't playable because they don't hit creature spells. So in this matchup, it's just it would probably blank a lot of the time.
Yeah, I guess you go. Yeah, I mean he doesn't know what's in Mark's deck, and Mark can play, anything really. So he might have Thragtusk.
Well, maybe we'll get to see an Appetite for Brains getting fired off from Michael. See if it hits.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, Thragtusk is not one of those cards you can mess around with, but I think I'd rather just have Crippling Blight just in case.
Oh, I mean, I love Crippling Blight in these creature mirrors because
Crippling Blight also picks up Beastmaster, picks up the 1-drops.
Not only does it pick things off, but it just changes the race in your favor if they leave back a wall.
Yeah,
or a creature.
I don't think I can get behind that separate decision from Michael there. I'm not a big fan of that. So anyway, Mark's on the play here. I see Temple Garden. Okay, they're both keeping, and there we go.
Here's the Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Okay.
Good start.
Starting his Pilgrimage.
It's going to be a 1-drop here. There's a Gravecaller.
There's a full art diagram.
Full art diagram
available. You get cards like this at game days.
That's true. They're handouts.
Some sweet ones.
There's turn 2 Beastmaster.
If you have Crippling Blight, you can pick it off right here.
That's true.
Well, it's not a huge threat yet, but there's Rancors and Giant Girls. You see Rancor.
I see a Rancor in Mark's hand.
That's nasty. That's
Cavern Naming Zombie, assumingly coming in with a diagraph pool.
Snap, taking the 2 there, not blocking for sure. It's thinking like a Calculator or something. No, I don't think he has Calculator in his deck.
Perhaps this is a
Gravecaller and Appetite for Brains. It's an epic fail.
We see Elvish Visionary, Rancor, and Mirror. No, Hamlet Captain, I believe.
So, it's a small aside here. On turn 2, Mark elected to take 2 from the Temple Garden, which seems wrong. I want to just play the Sun Petal Grove there, just in case. So it's a small technical thing. It might not matter. because you could put the Rancor on the Beast on the Wild Beastmaster, play Hamlet Captain, just put the pressure on here.
So as we just saw, that Appetite for Brains was effectively a mulligan for Michael Coleman.
Right now, if that had been Crippling Blight, Mark's board would be much worse.
Worse than a mulligan, because not only was it a dead card, but he had to use resources to cast it. So.
Right. No, Crippling Blight would be much better here.
Right.
And hopefully, if this is a game 3, hopefully Michael will realize that what's going on here and make the change. Is this
Rancor potentially? Yep, Rancor coming down.
So it's coming in for 6.
Yes.
Because the Beastmaster does not pump itself, so it's a 3/1 coming in for 3, and it pumps the 7. Sorry, it pumps the
other creatures attacking creatures you control get +X +O X is its power.
Right. So that's 7 there.
Yeah.
And then you play Hamlet Captain, and now we're seeing here why Zombies is so bad on the defensive, because his deck is not suited to play the defensive.
We're also seeing why Elvish Visionary is just unimpressive in Mark's deck. I would rather have any other creature at this point.
Any human. Yeah, because it doesn't interact with Hamlet Captain. Doesn't interact with Champion would be much better here. I'm not sure what you're trying to do by drawing a card. 3 is just Messenger. Oh, Nighthawk. Okay.
Good one. That's a good one. I mean, on this board, it's just going to trade for a creature, but that's still
buys you time.
Buys you some time.
Shanafelt as well.
Attacking for 4.
Okay.
So going to take it. Go to 12.
Not unreasonable. Now what are we doing here?
Not sure.
So what's our? We got Silverblade Paladin.
Hope he untaps his creature.
So Silverblade Paladin should go on the Beastmaster here, right?
Correct.
Because you don't want Beastmaster dying to the Nighthawk here. So First Strike makes any kind of block unprofitable for him there.
Correct. Although that does kind of showcase the power of Rancor. That is one powerful enchantment. Coming back every time it goes to the graveyard.
Yeah. There's definitely a powerful card Wizards wanted to push.
Yeah. I'm featuring it in one of my deck ideas right now.
Alright, so Mark's going through his lines here, thinking about what he's going to do. It's possible. None of the right plays you're involved Visionary. I guess you could it's fine if you get Visionary and Giant Growth, but even then, that's not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I would see how much damage he could attack for. He's gonna
Silverblade. Should be on the Beastmaster here. Yep, correct.
Okay, so when he attacks, Hamlet Captain's trigger, hopefully if it goes on the stack will last, will pump Beastmaster up to a 4-powered guy, which will then make all of the other creatures +4/+0. So Hamlet Captain will attack as a 6/2. Avacyn's Pilgrim will attack
this is rough.
As a 6/2.
So Mike should be dead here, right?
Yeah, so that's 12, and then Double Strike.
That's not good enough.
That's
not even close. 2, 4, to 1 trample, 5. 10, yeah, that's game.
Yeah,
easily game.
Easily enough damage.
Yep. Brutal. Yeah.
Looks like we're going to go to game 3.
Again, if that was a Crippling Blight, this would be a completely different game.
Yeah, totally different. Appetite for Brains, breaking out. Yeah. I think they're just counting the math out. All right, let's try to figure this out.
And it's easily enough. He's dead.
Yeah. Well, he's very dead, but it'd be interesting to know.
Yep, there you go. Let's give up the cards. Yeah. Okay.
Probably attacked for about 17.
All right, let's. Hopefully, you have an appetite for a better card in your sideboard. Because anything but that, and anything but those Visionaries, man. Beastmaster's potent though.
No more of those. That's your only one that time.
What?
Bad puns.
I got puns for days.
You didn't even let me have one.
Hey, I'm here all night, buddy. I can keep this up.
Yeah, well, I have places to go, so keep your puns to a minimum, please.
No deal.
Are they sideboarding? Are they going to change anything based on being on the play or the draw here?
Please.
I really think Michael should bring in those Crippling Blights.
Yes.
It doesn't look like he's doing it, though. I mean, that lesson, it should have taught him a lesson right there, breaking on Appetite for Brains.
Why is he showing him Geistwandering Monk?
Not sure.
What's the point? You don't bring it in for this matchup anyway.
I don't know. Just for
I guess you could sell the Visionaries for that. I like to respect that decision.
Oh, well, grabbing the sideboard. Michael's going for a sideboard. See if he brings him in.
Mark looks like he's set on his configuration there. It's fine.
I'm not even sure if there's a... What cards does Appetite even hit out of Mark's deck? None, right? He's not running...
I can't think of any.
He's not running Thragtusk. He's not...
Yeah.
He's not nice. He's not running Hunt Masters or anything like that.
Hopefully Michael figures that out. Alright, so it looks like he's pondering any potential set. Oh, he's not making none? Yes, it can't be correct.
Well,
That can't be correct.
learn from your mistakes.
Well, at the very least, he'll learn from us. Our commentator, if he listens.
Yeah.
That is not correct.
No, that I mean, when you brick on a card so badly post board that you bring in, it just shows you that's not a correct.
Well, there's still
option.
the unknown. You don't know what Mark's playing, but after seeing this game, you kind of figure out what's he doing.
He's elite. He's a low curve aggressive deck.
Right. So you need to figure out what is he doing? What can I do to disrupt him and stay on the offensive and prevent him from taking the offense away from me?
Yeah.
Being on the play is a good start, but not being able to, but disrupting that Beastmaster would make this a completely different game. And I don't think we'd be shuffling up right now how do you make the decision.
Right.
But you need to take that information and say, wait a minute, that card didn't do anything in the last game. What card am I thinking he's going to play? And the worst case scenario is you're hoping to hit the 4th Red Tusks in his deck. You Script and White's still fine there.
Yeah,
it's still fine.
You're attacking for a bunch, so
yeah.
The life gain's good, of course, but it wouldn't be backbreaking as long as it couldn't block. That's what makes that card so incredibly good.
Right. Okay, so yeah, Michael will be on the play again. He cannot
where he wants to be.
Yeah, he cannot relinquish the offensive at any time.
No, he needs to mulligan aggressively to a hand with a lot of pressure. That's what he's looking for. Multiple 1-drops, some, maybe like a tragic slip here or there.
I agree. All right, shuffling, and we're shuffling some more.
Shuffling. These little monetary aside, I think. Which deck do you think is more expensive to build? Definitely the zombies.
Black Red
right?
Zombies, because Messenger,
Gravecrawler, Blood Crypt,
and Aristocrat are all very expensive.
Those are expensive cards.
Yeah, Green White's got the Temple Gardens. That's about it.
Yeah, I think this most expensive card is definitely Temple Garden, followed by I don't even know.
So I see Mares. I see Mares and lands. The Wild Beastmaster. That looks okay. I can get behind that. Alright, looks like both players keep.
Yeah, Silver Blade Paladin, Champion of the Parish, both sort of comparable in price.
Does he have Champion in there?
We haven't seen it yet. I definitely think you should be playing it though.
Yeah.
Definitely should be playing it.
I can see it. Yeah, it interacts. It's just synergizes.
Wait, but it would be better than Elvish Visionary for sure.
Yes. Alright, so bleeding off with a tapped Cemetery, okay.
Tapped Temple Garden.
Okay. Slightly in the slower side here. What are we doing?
Gravecrawler, go. Not the most aggressive start for the zombie player.
There's a lot of lands in Shanafelt's hand there.
There's a Mayor of Everbrook. I've always been fascinated by that card, just because it suits my playstyle, but not in the way that Mark's abusing it. I like the idea of just playing it and then never having to tap out again, flipping it and generating a constant stream of threats without doing anything else.
Flood 2-drops, or 1-drops.
Flooding the 1-drops. Mayor's looking a bit overwhelmed there. Maybe you can think of some good domestic policy to clean up the streets.
Yeah. So interestingly, I like the play here of just saying go and flipping the Mayor, and then acting as a wall to all the 1-drops.
Yeah,
so that play seems better.
And Michael did miss one of his land drops, so it's less likely that it has a Brimstone Ball or anything.
Oh, he might Tragic Slip. Well,
but if you,
that's a risky run.
That's a huge risk. Beating in for 1.
I don't see anything in Mark's hand that's not a land.
Coming in for 6.
That's Michael's 12. Michael's
interesting keep. Would you have kept a hand against a zombies player that was just Mayor Beastmaster lands?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Golgari.
Wow.
He rests himself too. Yeah, well, partially. I guess it doesn't matter though because
he's got the zombies for it.
And that's rough. Wow. See, if you'd flip there.
There's another Mayor.
Well, I guess he would start a response, but he wouldn't take so much damage.
It's a big risk to try to flip there.
I think I'd do it. Because you're on the defensive. What's Beastmaster doing for you?
Not much.
Messenger. Oh, no, Dragon Mangler.
He's going to wild growth it.
Giant growth.
Giant growth, sorry.
Takes 2, drops to 10, and the Mayor is chilling in play now. Alright. Untap your lands there, Mike.
Silver Blade Paladin.
That's sloppy. Untap your lands first. There we go. Okay.
What's this play? I mean, you just got the Paladin lands, right? So
Paladin paired up, swing.
swinging for
4.
2.
Or it's 2, yeah. I still do it.
Mirror doesn't pump itself.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're not blocking there.
No, but now you've got a 3/3 double striking wall.
It's reasonable.
Certainly reasonable. Brimstone Volley being the...
Or Tragic Flip picks it off too if you kill him there.
Yeah, but then you... Well, sure.
And it's a 2/2, so you could attack.
You attack and then
you attack
Tragic...
on, oh boy, value, let him block and then show him the Tragic Slip. And you're like, oops.
Tragic Slip the Mayor and trade for the Paladin would be a great play.
Yeah.
Although you'd want to...
Or alternative, actually better play is just kill the Paladin and swing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. It's fun to consider. I bet you Michael's considering all these lines right now.
And if he has the Tragic Slip...
Don't forget he's got 2 Grave Callers.
Right, so if he has the Tragic Slip, he wants to play the Grave Callers pre-combat because he's looking to trade for that Paladin with the combat trick.
Right. I could see it then if you had the Slip. He might have Brimstone Volley, which is hard. He's thinking about to spend his mana.
Yeah, we
can't.
Probably
What it's looking like.
We can't really see the card in his hand.
If he has the Volley, I think it's correct to just pick out the Paladin and swing for 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get behind that play. Or actually, you could just make a couple of Grave Callers and set up later so you can fight them with the Brimstone Volley if that's what's in your hand. That also makes sense.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of different lines for the...
Right, so he's going through all different lines in his head. He's got
one of the common misperceptions about aggressive decks is that they're mindless. That's not true at all.
I mean, you can play them to a degree and be mindless, but
to a degree, but
there's a lot of finer plays.
There's a lot of finesse. There's a lot of percentage points to be gained here and there from your sequencing.
Right.
From looking down the road, knowing what you could potentially draw, what you should play to, what you should play around. That's a big one for aggro players, knowing when to play around it and when to not play around it.
So it looks like we're tapping 2 here. What are we doing here? Are we getting Grave Callers? Yep. Looks like we're... Oh, nope.
Blood Artist, potentially? Not sure. Yep, Blood Artist.
Artiste.
And a Gravecaller.
Okay. So it kind of disincentivizes some attacks here. Which is fine. Was that another... Is that what is that? That's a Grove of the Guardian? That's one of the pre-release ones, looks like?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with the glare, because you can't see from what's going on here. Oh, he says pass and flips. So that's a big...
That's a big wolf.
Yeah.
Double striking 3/3 wolf.
Paladin goes back to being a 2/2 double strike.
Yeah. Gonna make a bunch of 3/3s.
Stymie any attacks there from
and
Michael, except that
one.
one.
That's a...
That'll close the gap quickly. So there's getting it. So he's contemplating attacking here, but I don't see how that's correct. However, if he untaps, you can start chaining Grave Crawlers by stacking them to the Aristocrat and just drain. So that's a very dangerous combination. And the Blood Artist triggers will each time the Grave Crawler dies and is recast.
Yep.
The Blood Artist will keep triggering. So that's a very dangerous combination there.
Yeah. Similar to the old Mortar Pod chains that zombies used to do.
Absolutely. So I'm swinging. If you think swing for 4, say go. I don't think you want to. All right. Yeah, I think you. Okay, we're electing to not attack here.
Yeah. So it's now Mark's turn.
Okay, I see why. Because you can sack the Gravecrawler and block with an indestructible creature for.
So Mark end of turn made an 8/8. It looks like.
It's fine. I see what's going on here. Okay. Now I see Michael's lines. What I'm looking at.
So there's a there's a wolf in play and an 8/8 vigilance in play.
That's at the end of your turn you get the wolf.
Right.
So,
so he did not get the wolf.
You have the wolf when he says go here.
Yeah. But there is an 8/8 vigilance in play.
There is an 8/8 vigilance in play. Hard to see it. So this is an interesting game here.
It is really interesting. Both players have lines that are potentially winning, but
somewhat ironically, the 4/1 is the best Wally's in Michael's deck.
True, because it can give itself indestructibility.
Yeah, and that might prove key here.
I think he's going to slowly Paladin up that 8/8.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a big game.
That's a big Guardian.
Yeah, so what are we doing here? Okay, so now we need to do some math. We obviously have to block the Guardian, but the Aristocrat, and how much is this? So it's 6.
10. So 10. Those two creatures, the Halpak Alpha and the Silverblade Paladin are attacking for 10.
So the correct line here is to just take the R2, block that, sack the Gravecrawler. No.
Actually, they're attacking for more. Yeah, they're attacking for 10.
Yeah, so you just take...
Yeah, that's the correct line.
Not blocking the Grave Doggraph Ghoul, though. You don't want to block the Ghoul, do you?
Why not?
Because you can't replay Gravecrawler with that on his own.
Gravecrawler can't block.
No. I'm saying, like, you can't chain drainings. See what I'm saying?
Yes,
Without
that's
a zombie
saying.
to play.
He's getting the rest.
Yeah, this seems wrong. I like the play here of just going to 5, and then sucking the Gravecrawler to block and draining.
Right.
And then so that way that puts him to 9, 5, and you can drain him out next turn.
Right.
Game's over. So Michael should win this here. Let's see if he sees the right line here. If he has Brimstone Volley, it's all irrelevant too.
Well, he can't. He can no longer take that line, right? Because he no longer has another zombie to replace Gravecrawler.
Right. We'll need to see another zombie from him. There's no Gravecrawler in his yard, isn't there? Yeah, there is. So he can do that. Or he's got an Aristocrat, also good. That'll work. Okay.
Congratulations to Michael Coleman on taking it down.
And there's a lot. Still had that lot with troll.
Still had all these.
Yep.